Good morning, here from 5 Acre Farms. I'm Luke. We got a lot to do today, and this pile of wood here is part of that. But yesterday we went and got a couple new male pheasants, rooster pheasants, for some of our breeder pens from my buddy, and so we're going to take a quick check on them, make sure they're doing all right. So let me find the male here. Jones here. Let me turn the camera around. He's right over here, hanging out. Hopefully he enjoys his girlfriend. Girlfriend's over there hiding. They've been hanging out though. Update on the mandarin nesting boxes. I have had a couple of them hanging out close to it. Haven't really seen them go into it yet, but I think we're still a little early on hatching or laying eggs for the mandarins, so hopefully that works out. I need to bring in some new cedar tree branches for them, but let's go check on the Reeves male. All right, looks like the Reeves male is doing fine, hanging out. He's got all of his ladies there. Hopefully they'll pick up on laying for me. But yeah, everybody's doing good. So those are all doing good, and we'll start working on this brooder project. Hatching season is really starting to ramp up here on the farm. We just set eggs yesterday. I think we set about 150 chicken eggs yesterday, so I've been selling off all my old brooders. I'll show you those here in a second, but I got new brooder ideas and something that'll hopefully give us more space and easier to work out of moving forward. So let's build these brooders. So here's kind of the old brooder setup I have. I used to have like 6 of them in here, but I've really cleaned them out, got rid of them. They just take up a lot of space. They're really convenient to clean and to use, but they're just a little bit bigger than what I need, and they're a lot easier to, or the new brooders should be a lot easier to work out of, keeping all the breeds separated. So these are just IBC totes, food grade IBC totes. You can pick these up for, I don't know, 50 bucks or so. Used, clean them out, cut them in half, and then I just hang heat lamps in them and wood chips, and work out really well. So we started hatching button quail and Coturnix quail. So you can see how tiny. These are already a week old, so the Coturnix quail on the left over here, and the little button quail are right in here. So here in about another week, they'll be able to fly out of this thing. So we need to get them into something different and go from there. But yep, we're already hatching. I put a bunch of chicken chicks in here. You can see one's already hatched. I think it's a Serama. I don't know where it's at. There they are. You got a couple chickens. Oh, that one's upside down. But you can see those eggs getting ready to hatch in there. Just starting a few Coturnix eggs, and the rest are chicken eggs. That little guy will flip over, don't worry. But inside here we got some more button quail hatching. We'll do another video on those here, but it's hatching season. We got incubator full of chicken eggs, and we got the first of our turkeys and goose eggs in there. More quail, more chickens. There's the pheasant eggs that are going to go in the incubator here in a few days. This one's still empty, but it won't take long to fill those up. So these are my grow out cages. So when the chickens are done being in the brooder on heat, they can stay in here for another couple weeks before they go outside. They'll be off heat. And but yeah, let's fill up this wall with new brooders. This place is always a dusty mess. Even with a fan, They put filters on the back. Man, these birds put off so much dandruff or dust, but it's always something in here. So let's bring the wood. I think I'm going to bring the wood in and build it in here so I don't have to try to get it through the door here, which I think it should fit. It's only 2 foot wide. The brooder's only going to be 2 foot wide, but to make this a 1-person job and not a 2-person job, I'm going to go ahead and try to build it in the area that it's going to be. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's start cutting some plywood. All right, so I already ripped down my 4x8 sheets of plywood in half on my table saw. So essentially these are 2 foot wide by 2 foot wide by 8 foot long. So what I'm going to do is now cut these in half, but you have to factor in the width of the board because these are going to be sitting on the inside. I'll show you when I get in there. But so each brooder is going to be a 4x2 space, but since these are going to be the inside walls and then you have the outside walls, you need to factor in the width of the board. So they're 3/8 inch plywood, so we're going to go to 48.5 and then minus 3/8 on both sides. I'm using my trailer full of feed right now because it makes for a nice little workbench here. If you want to be a homesteader or somebody at my level of amounts of birds I have, this is what a trailer load of feed looks like for a week. About $250 a week goes to feed. All right, so we're gonna put some weight down here and rip it down. All right, so this one should be good to go. I forgot to mention, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who watched the shed hunting video. It's got more views than any video we've done so far. So if you watched it, thanks. If you want to see more videos like that, let me know. I wouldn't mind going shed hunting again this season. But turkey season's right around the corner, so all you outdoorsmen that want to see turkey hunting content, we got a lot of turkey hunting in the books. So that's coming. I'm going to try to do this with air staples. I think I'm running 1-inch staples. I'm hoping those are going to be enough with it only being 3/8 inch plywood. If I need to go back and put some screws in, I will. But once you get 4 boards in plus 2 walls, I think it'll stiffen it up enough. It's not going to move once it's in here. It's not holding weight. So I think we'll be fine with that. So let's, I think we're going to have to set the 2 long pieces, the 4 dividers, and then I think we'll have to put the bottom on top of it, screw it or staple it all down, and then flip the whole unit over. So that's the game plan. We're going to run with it. And she's in place. So as you can see how big these guys are compared to that one. So that's only 3 brooders, and that's 4. So Granted, they are smaller, but I think they're going to work just fine. So let's, I think that's pretty much it. We got to move, we're going to have to move all these chicks out, put them into one of those, clean all these, get them out, bring the new material in and build it. So we'll get to doing that. I mean, nobody else is helping, so we'll get her done. All right, so I went and raided the wood pile, grabbed a 1x2. That's what I'm going to hang all my heat lamps off of. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to permanently fix that puppy in. Let's see where I want to put it here. Probably put it at the 12-inch mark. I want the heat lamp to be far enough tucked back in there. That way, if the chicks get too hot, they have plenty of room to get away from it. So, and I don't use 250 watt bulbs like a lot of people. This building kind of stays fairly warm with all the incubators and heat lamps. So I usually get away with 75 watt bulbs or 120 watt bulbs. So, but I still want to give them plenty of space to get warm, but yet plenty of space to get away from it. So I think 12 inches off the back should be plenty of room. Unfortunately, this board is a little bit on the warped side, so we'll make do with what we got. So I don't have to go buy something. You guys can build something much smaller than this, like these IBC tote ones. They're probably, I don't know, I probably only have a couple bucks invested into them. I mean, you could build with one sheet of plywood, you could essentially build almost 3 of these 4x2 brooders. But for those of you that are only going to hatch a few chicks a year or raise a few chicks a year, very cheap option. A lot of people will do these to where they lock into place. They cut grooves down so they slide into each other. That way they can take them apart every year when they're not using them. But these will work. These are kind of a permanent thing for us. This brooder building stays plenty used. I'm going to pre-drill these holes because I am putting screws in. I only made these walls 2 foot tall. That way I can still get in and out of it without being too big of an issue. All right, that was pretty nice that one bag of wood chips could fill all 4. But I'm going to transfer some of these heat lamps over, the waters and feeders, get chicks moved, and then pull these out, build number 2. All right, we got all these little jokers moved over. Plenty of room for them in there. So I think this will work out awesome. I might divide the Caturnix into a different brooder from the button quail. I'm not sure yet. So far they get along, but we'll see. Now we got to clean all these out, break them down, and get them out of here. All right, we're done with both brooders. So these will get filled up here before too long, as we're just starting to really pick up and hatching. So if her those that kind of want dimensions, these boards are 47 1/4 long by 24 inches tall, all 5 of them. And these are 8 foot long by 2 foot. And then the bottom is just a full 4x8 sheet of plywood. And this is just an 8 foot 1x2 to hang the heat lamps on. So if you guys are looking to build something that has multiple brooder options, this is the way to do it, I think. I'll see how this works out. If I feel like I need to add some stands to it to bring it up off the ground a foot or so, we can easily do that with some 2x4s. I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing these built. If you got any questions, let me know. You'll start seeing quite a bit of content inside the brooder building here with my loud quail chirping away. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next time here at 5 Acre Farm. Love you guys. See ya.